For millions of women around the world, economic security, political participation, and lives free from violence are out of reach. But we are changing this by investing in organizations that develop women's leadership. Through the Flow Grant funded by the Government of Netherlands, we are partnering with women's organizations around the world and have distributed over $3 million to 139 organizations in 26 countries from 2012 through 2014. Our grantees are changing the lives of women and allowing women's human rights movements to flourish throughout the world, especially in underserved regions such as the Mekong and South Pacific.
How many of you are registered here to vote? I am registered. And the first-time voters? I'm a first-time voter too.
10 years ago, Mamta Chand joined the Young Women's Leadership Forum, a year-long training program of Fiji women's rights movement.
I met all these other awesome young women, and we spent a whole year together, and we talked about gender, feminism, human rights, sexual reproductive health rights. So it was a totally new world, like going down the yellow brick road.
As an organization, I think in a way we're just an incubator. We kind of create that enabling space, but all the ideas, all the training, all the mentoring and the accompaniment that happens within the organization is really driven by the young women themselves.
This is one of the outputs of the Fiji Young Women's Forum. This has been designed by young women for young women. We need to hear young women's voices. Their young voices should count.
Fiji women's rights movement empowered hundreds of women to be change makers. They were instrumental in bringing women voters to the polls in 2014 and continue their work today. Flow grantees have caused a surge of politically active women involved in local and national issues. 328 women were political candidates at local or national levels, and 57 women took on decision-making roles in governments or other institutions. In Cambodia, land seizures affect large parts of many of the country's most impoverished provinces. Stry Khmer is combating this by supporting and working with women to grow their own economic security and move towards independence.
កាលពីដើមឡើយខ្ញុំធ្លាប់ចំណាក់ស្រុកទៅខាងក្រៅដល់តែពេលកាលណាខ្ញុំនៅទីនេះខ្ញុំអត់មានជំនាញស្អីទេដល់តែពេលខ្ញុំបានតាក់ទងខាងស្ត្រីខ្មែរហ្នឹង
Stry Khmer seeks to better the lives of women by giving them the tools to pursue economic empowerment through self-started projects. The women of Ms. Touch's community were at risk of becoming migrant workers. Stry Khmer supported their decision to grow mushrooms, and so from a small plot of land, seed money and training from Stry Khmer, 8 women began the mushroom project.
ការងារបដោផ្សិតហ្នឹងគឺទី1គឺធ្វើឲ្យក្រុមស្ត្រីហ្នឹងគឺមានពេលវេលាឬក៏មានឱកាសគឺស្ត្រីហ្នឹងមានទុកកង្វល់គឺយើងអាចចែករំលែកគ្នាទៅវិញមកទាំងបទពិសោធន៍ការងារបដោផ្សិតអីហ្នឹងទាំងអស់ បន្ទាប់ពីយើងធ្វើផ្សិតហើយយើងបានជាងមុនហើយក៏យើងមានចំណេះហើយមានប្រាក់ចំណូលអាចគត់គងដល់កូនរៀនឥឡូវខ្ញុំមានចំណេះបណ្ដុះផ្សិតនេះហើយខ្ញុំអត់ចង់ទៅណាឯងគឺមានកម្លាំងចិត្តចង់ពង្រឹងចំណេះហ្នឹងឲ្យកាន់តែចេះហើយដើម្បីផ្សព្វផ្សាយនៅក្នុងសហគមន៍របស់នឹងខ្ញុំ
The success of this first mushroom farm has paved the way for Stry Khmer to replicate this work with another group of women. Ms. Touch is training them.
កាលពីដំបូងយើងធ្វើមេគឺយើងធ្វើមេបែបនេះណាយើងយកហើយខ្ញុំមិននឹកស្មានថាខ្លួនខ្ញុំអាចមានមោទនភាពដល់ពេលនេះទេ
Flow funds impact communities around the world to develop women's leadership and help promote economic security for women. Because of the work of Global Fund for Women's grantee partners, 387 women joined trade unions, and over 5,000 women's voices were heard demanding improved labor rights. In 2004, Urban Poor Women's Development, UPWD, started working in Cambodia in one of the many slums on the outskirts of Phnom Penh. Due to the extreme levels of poverty and violence, these communities are ignored by police and government officials. UPWD is one of the few organizations with a strong presence in these communities. Their challenging work focuses on building the capabilities of women to be advocates for themselves and for their communities.
ក្នុងភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំខ្ញុំបានការក្នុងអប់រំផ្នែកពី UP យកទៅអប់រំបើខាសាលាក្នុងការមើលដូចជារៀន gender អំពើហិង្សាណែសុវត្ថិភាពដីធ្លីហើយនឹងរៀនច្បាប់ភូមិអាចចេះដឹងក្នុងការគៀងគរបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋនៅក្នុងនោះបានសម្រេចផែនការរួមនៅក្នុងសហគមន៍បានសម្រេចនេះតែវាហើយពួយហើយបាទចាំយ៉ាងវាអត់ពេញបំណងរបស់គេខ្ញុំនឹងចូលទៅតាក់ទងនឹងជាមួយអាជ្ញាធរដើម្បីចូលរួមខ្ញុំយកលុយពីអាជ្ញាធរមកបានធ្វើផ្លូវកើតឡើងហ្នឹង
As part of their community empowerment initiative, UPWD educates the members on topics surrounding family, health, and domestic violence.
នៅជាច្រើនយល់ដឹងបានច្រើនការប្រើអំពើហិង្សាខ្ញុំបានយល់ដឹងហើយនឹងរៀនពីភេទប្រុសនិងស្រីមានសិទ្ធិស្មើគ្នា
Now the authorities cooperate with the community to build infrastructure and keep the people safe. The FLOW grant has strengthened the leadership capacity of 52 grantees and over 110,000 women and girls to address violence and build peace and security. From political and economic empowerment to peace building and freedom from violence, the ripple effects resounds in the regions where Global Fund for Women works. One woman gains awareness and improves her own life, and then she activates her community and creates long-lasting, sustainable change by empowering others. The leadership of over 160,000 women and girls involved in the programs funded by FLOW has resulted in key interventions to advance women's rights. We can sustain and accelerate the momentum created by FLOW. The future of women around the world and their communities depends on it.